Hi there, today I'm going to be doing a detailed unboxing of the Amazon FireTV Stick 4K. Details are in the description below for anyone thinking of purchasing. So I saw this on offer on the Amazon website for £30. Generally it goes for around £50, so I thought let me take the plunge, purchase it and see what it's capable of. Hopefully this video will give you a better insight of what it's capable of and help you in deciding is it worth buying. So let's open it up and see what you get in the packaging. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon to turn on notifications. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and drop me a message, let me know what you think. If you don't like it, make it count by hitting thumbs down twice. Okay, so I've laid out everything you get in the packaging, so let me quickly go through the items one by one. You get a small card folded up, and if I open that up, you can see it gives you example commands and streaming services you can add on to use. You get another card, if I open that up, details on connecting this up and setup, all in English. You get a booklet with important safety information, and this is in English and German. You get a power brick, and the output is 5.25 volts and 1 amp. You get two AAA alkaline batteries from Amazon Basic range. You get a power cable, so USB to micro USB, and cable length is 1.3 meters. Build quality is good. You get a remote control, and this allows you to do voice control with the device as well. Batteries are for this device, and voice control, the mic's here. So you just press the button, say your command, and then it'll execute on the device. You get a flexible HDMI adapter. Build quality of this is really good, and the length of the wire from there to there is 3.5 centimeters. The reason for this is if you've got an area where you plug this in and there's no space behind it, this will give you that flexibility. So it's just a matter of plugging it in and then it can bend in either direction. Next we have the Fire Stick. So in terms of size, it comes in at 99 millimeters by 30 millimeters and 14 millimeters thick. And in terms of connection points, you've just got the power cable point there and a HDMI connector. It's a very compact in size, and in terms of power, the processor is a quad-core 1.7 gigahertz processor on there. Storage wise, it has 8 gig on board. In terms of Wi-Fi, it supports both 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, has Bluetooth 4.2 built in as well. And it's an Alexa enabled device, so Alexa voice control is possible using the remote. There was a number of choices when I did purchase this. I was thinking, should I go for the older model which doesn't support 4K, but there's no point. The price dropped considerably, so I thought I might as well go for the 4K one. Build wise, all a matte finish on there, matte black, and their logo going across in glossy black. General build feels nice and solid. Let's get this Fire Stick connected to our TV. So the space here is quite tight, so I'm going to use the adapter they've given for HDMI, and the other end plugs into the HDMI slot over here. And looking at the side, you've got a connection point for micro USB, plug that in, and you may see I've got a USB connection point there as well. So instead of using the power brick, I'm actually going to try it like this. Hopefully it should be fine. In terms of output, it's 1 amp coming off here, and the adapter also has 1 amp on there, so it should be fine. Okay, so I've powered up the Fire Stick now. Let's give it a moment to initialize. Searching for your remote, tap the home button to pair. So on the remote, just press it there, and there you go. So next we need to press play and pause. Next we need to choose the language, so it's English United Kingdom for us. Scanning for networks, so it's looking for our Wi-Fi network. Let me select my test network, and next I'll enter in my Wi-Fi password off camera. I've entered my Wi-Fi password, let me click connect. Next I need to sign in with my Amazon account, so I'll select I already have an Amazon account, and let me enter in my details off camera. Okay, so I've entered my password, let me click sign in. Now it's saying, hi GeekStreet, your Amazon Fire TV Stick 4K is registered to GeekStreet. Do you want to use this account? Click continue to that. Saving passwords, say no to that. Got parental control on the device as well, so you can lock it down if you wanted to. I'll just say no parental controls for now. Now it says which brand of TV do you have? So the remote can be used to control your TV, so power it on, change the volume and mute it. So you just select the TV you have. For instance, I've got a Samsung, and it now says we'll be playing music during the next step. Please make sure that the volume is turned up, then continue. Next to that, with your Fire TV remote pointed at your TV, toggle the volume up and down buttons. Press this one here to enter the advanced setup. So if I toggle now, and it says, can you hear the audio? And we'll just say yes to that. Your Fire TV remote is now successfully set up. Okay, that. Now it's suggesting to sign up to Prime. So one thing to note, you don't need to sign up to Prime to use this device. You can use it as a straight streaming device for free services as well. So if I just continue on that, select all of the apps you want and then download them at the end. So I can choose some apps. Going in there, I'll choose iPlayer, YouTube. We'll come across which popular news services do you want. Go for BBC News. Which sports services do you want? We'll go for BBC Sport. Coming across, which featured services do you want? Looking down here, there's a few, so let's move on. So it says to press this one to continue, to play and pause. And it now says the following will be added to your home screen. We can do finish on that. And there you go, the service has been added, and there you go, as simple as that to get up and running with the device. Set up now, and let me run through the options you have available. Now, coming across, you've got a search here, and we can search for different things. But together with searching via the actual remote here, I can actually use voice control. So the device is Alexa enabled. So I can say, for instance, Alexa, what's the weather like in New York today?
Right now in New York, United States, it's 5 degrees Celsius with cloudy skies. Today's forecast has rainy weather, with a high of 9 degrees and a low of 4 degrees.
There you go, how cool is that? So you've got the general Amazon Alexa functionality built into the device. So you don't need to really buy an Amazon Alexa if you had this. The advantage of having this particular one is the fact that it only works if you press the mic button here. If you don't press it, then it's not listening to you speaking constantly like the other Amazon products are. So keep that in mind. That's quite a useful facility, the fact that it can only listen when you hit the button. So moving on from there, if I go to home, and you can see all the apps you have here, even shows other services. They're pushing their Prime services quite a lot. They even have free things you can watch as well. So if I go in there, for example, watch now free episode. So there are some free bits and pieces. Now coming back and looking on the remote, if I click the back there, it can go back, and there's a home button there just to go back to the home screen. There you go. Now looking at the top, you also had your videos. There are some free ones, as previously said, but they are pushing a lot of their Prime services on this, so their Prime movies, etc. And then you've got movies, TV shows too, same thing with that as well, and apps. So this is where you can browse for different apps and games, etc. Now if I come down, you can see featured going across. You've got games, so you can put some games on here as well if you wanted. So coming down just to show, let's put a game that we can test out later on. So I'll go for beach buggy racing. Clicking on there, it literally is as simple as just selecting it, and it's queued for download. So it'll be installed on the device locally. Now, and it says you've got an app. There are several ways to open your apps from your apps and channels row on home by holding home and selecting the apps to see all your apps. So I'll just click got it for that. Going to home, and it just appears down there. So we'll just wait for it to install. And while that's going on, let's come across and let me just briefly show what else there is. So obviously games I've shown, but categories as well. So different categories of things for apps, so you can go into different ones here. So food and drink, for example. Scrolling down, a number of apps there. Now coming back to home, going across, and then you've got settings. In settings, we've got notifications first of all, and looking in there, you can see any notifications that have appeared. And at the side, you've got options, and clicking here, you can get into those options. You can dismiss or dismiss all. I'll just click dismiss all, so it's not highlighted. Coming back, network, you can change network here. Clicking on there, You can see the other Wi-Fi networks and join them if you wanted. Coming back, then you've got display and sound. So screensaver going in there. You can set a screensaver up on there. And then you've got display, configure the display resolution. So at the moment, by default, it's set up to 4K Ultra HD. And they're the other options you have available on there. Coming back, audio, surround sound, best available, advanced audio. Let's see what's in there. So coming back again, enable display mirroring. So let's test this out. So if I select that, display mirroring, leave this screen open to enable guest devices to wirelessly mirror their displays to. So now coming over to my mobile, so I've got a Samsung S10 Plus, drop this down and you can see Smart View, give it a moment, there you go, Geek's FireTV, and start mirroring now, takes a moment, and there you go, simple as that, nicely mirrored on there, and again good functionality, so you could do mirroring or even a cast on there if you wanted. So coming down here, I can disconnect now once I've finished. So HDMI CEC device control. So this allows the Fire Stick to actually power on a device. So for example, your TV. So you can turn that off if you didn't want that to happen. Coming back, next we've got applications, App Store, Amazon Photos, Game Circle, and manage installed apps. There you can see your internal memory. Now coming back, go to equipment control. Control your TV and audio equipment with Fire TV and Alexa, so that's automatically set, and manage equipment. So this is where you can fine tune how the Fire TV controls your TV, audio and other equipment. Going in there, let's come back. Remote and Bluetooth devices. So this is where you can add in game controllers and other Bluetooth devices. So let's test this out. So go into game controllers, add a new game controller. So now if I select add new game controller, this is PS4 controller. If I hold these two buttons down, as it's flashing, there you go, wireless controller. And now on the remote, if I select it, pairing the controller, and there you go, it's added in. So you can see there, device connected. Now I'll show that in a moment. Let's come back, and other Bluetooth devices. Going to there, selecting it, add Bluetooth devices. Next, let me turn on my Bluetooth speaker, power buttons there.
Power on, Bluetooth mode.
Now if I select add Bluetooth devices, there you go, Zenbury Z8 Plus. If I select that, pairing the device.
Device paired.
There you go, and it just gives a warning. So it's saying Wi-Fi performance, stereo Bluetooth headset may impact your 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi and audio performance. To eliminate the impact, connect your Amazon Fire TV to a 5 gigahertz wireless router. So keep that in mind if you're going to do this. We'll click OK to this. So there you go, speakers paired up with it. So you're not limited to just pairing up Bluetooth speakers. You can also pair up headphones, you can do keyboards, mice, any devices that are Bluetooth should in theory pair up with this. So it's a great idea really, because for instance, say if you're watching TV and you didn't want to disturb other people and you just want to pair up your headset on there, you can just do that simply. Now coming back from there, back again. Next we've got the Alexa option, going in there. You can see Alexa app, press select to learn about the Alexa app and things to try. So just suggestions here. Coming back, got preferences, parental control. So if you haven't turned it on and you want to turn it on, this is where you'd go to. Privacy settings, manage device privacy settings, data monitoring, so you can monitor the data being used by the device, notification settings, so you can turn them off if you wanted to, featured content, manage video and audio in the featured content area on homepage, sync recent content, location, time zone, language, metric units, coming back, and then my Fire TV, going in there, about developer options, legal and compliance, sleep, restart, and reset to factory default. Coming back, then you've got accessibility options here, just briefly show. Coming back, got help, and finally my account. This is just details about your account, and it's simple as that to get up and running with this. So now let's come back to home, come down on here, and let's start a game up. Now I'll just briefly show it. There you go. Pretty cool. The fact you can pair up a gaming controller on there and do gaming on there. So nice. Now coming back to the voice control on here, very useful functionality. So I can actually press this and do Start YouTube.
Here's YouTube.
Why mess around navigating around? You can literally just say it out and it will start up. And now I can say, go to channel GeekStreet on YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
There you go. How cool is that? In fact, you can just call up a video if you wanted to. Excellent bit of functionality. And you're not limited to just YouTube. You can do the same with other apps on there. So I could say, start iPlayer.
Here's BBC iPlayer.
Just need to sign in with an account, but this is obviously a free service here in the UK as long as you're a TV license payer. So there you go. Hope it's helped anyone thinking of purchasing the Amazon Fire TV Stick 4K. Excellent device. I'm really shocked by the functionality from it. It's great that you've got the Bluetooth connectivity on there, 4K streaming on there. You're not limited to just using their services. So just the Amazon Prime services, you can use some of the free ones on there. App selection there as well, so you can get other free services on there. Other apps available, so you can do some low-level gaming on there. So nothing too strenuous, remember, and you can even pair up a gaming controller on there. It's a very impressive functionality from this device. So I hope it's helped anyone thinking of purchasing this. Details are in the description below. Thanks for viewing, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.